Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the equipment I used on the mountain hike with my two buddies. Okay, so we're trying once more. And the camera is steady. It's laying on a ladder and a red box. And we're going to talk a little bit about what the equipment I used on the 2-trip Buddy Champion. Okay, so we're trying another time. And now I am moving the seat a little bit because I want, now the light is directly into my face, almost. And I don't know if that is great, but I also have a second light there, which is, maybe I should move the camera a little bit more. Maybe I should do that. Okay, now we're trying a new thing. I don't have the concrete background as I would like to, but maybe if I do this and put the bench directly in front of the camera like this, then I have the key light to the right of me, and I also have the rim light on the same side, which is not that great, but it's better than nothing. Well, I started this YouTube channel firstly because now I am going to tell you how I used my camera equipment on the hike with my two friends this fall. And I'm also gonna give you some ideas of how you can do the same and how easy it is. Well, let's jump in. On this channel, I am posting videos on my two main interests, which is photography and video, and also hiking in nature. My goal is to combine both of these hobbies so I can give you the most interesting content. But to clear that up, I am just a normal person with a normal job, a family, normal house, and a normal life. So the time to post these videos is limited, but I do it as often I can. So not only to talk too much about myself, I'm going to show you the equipment I used, and it's very simple. As you can see here, just to give you a little bit of backstory to this hike, we are three friends who decided to get away and live one night in tent. We went to a place where one of our friends had been a lot of times before with his family, so we knew exactly where we were going. We went a Friday night after work and we stayed till late Saturday. We tried not to rush this hike, but when we were out on the hike, we were eager to experience as much as possible on a very limited time schedule. So, but you can't go on a hike without documenting it. So we were all taking pictures with our cell phones, but I brought as little camera equipment as I possibly could in my taste. So to start with, I brought this aluminum tripod from Manfrotto, a pretty small tripod, not the lightest one, but I used what I had. And this came in very handy when I was trying to film all the three of us in camp. I just put the camera up on this tripod. And we could just stay there and talk to each other. The camera I used was the Sony A7R III, which I'm filming with now. This is the Sony A7R III, pretty much the same in image quality, regarding film at least. And I also have the Sony G Master 24-70, and this is the Mark I. This lens I use for a lot of photography and film work, and very versatile when you're on a hike like this. You can get the wide shots, the middle shots, and some close-ups. On this lens we have an aperture of 2.8, which is more than good enough on a hike like this. In the front of the lens I use an ND filter. In this case it goes from 2 to 5 stops. And if some of you watch this video and don't know what an ND filter is, it's like everybody else says. It's kind of like a sunglass for your camera. It turns down the amount of light that reaches the sensor, because when you are filming and you want the shallow depth of field and the right shutter speed, the amount of light that comes into the sensor is too much, so you have to tune it down. And this camera, I of course had this bracket, Manfrotto bracket, mounted on the whole time, so I could fasten it to this tripod. There you go, and you have your hands free to do something else and also be in the shot yourself. I brought this sling to put the camera around my neck, but for the most I used the Peak Design camera clip on the backpack strap here. So the camera, I don't have it here because it's on my bigger backpack, but then you can hang your camera there and it pretty much stays there the whole time until you need it and you just pull it off. Then you're sure you are not missing too many shots on the way. The audio from this microphone in the camera is pretty thin, so it's not too much of a sacrifice in weight to bring a small Rode microphone like this, which you can just put into the hot shoe like this and plug it in. And be careful, because then you have to open up this slot, and if it's raining or it's very wet, the danger of moist coming into the camera is a little bit bigger. So it's raining very much, you should probably take this off and put the slot in and hide it in your backpack, or use some kind of rain cover. But this setup makes you catch all the footage I did in this film. Additionally, if you have a little and lightweight drone like the DJI Mini 4 Pro, you could easily bring that in this bag and put it in the top of your backpack and reach for it whenever you have time. There was only 3 times during this hike I used this drone. Once before the sun set completely, when we were walking up to camp, I asked nicely to my friends if I could stop and just take a few shots with the drone to get a little bit more of perspective to the video. This weighs 249 grams plus this clip. I also brought this case of ND filters, this RC remote with a screen, so you don't have to attach your phone every time, and that saves you a little bit of time every time you're going to fly with a drone, and 2 additional batteries. This is all the camera equipment I brought, plus a battery and a case of memory cards, which weighs very little anyway. So if you bother to take this equipment with you on the hike, yes, it's a little bit more work to bring out this gear compared to a phone, but it gives you much more quality video when you get home, and you pretty soon will forget that you brought all this weight with you, and you will thank yourself when you sit down to edit the film. Till now, you have seen 3 long episodes of this hike. The first one is the shortest, number 2 is in between, and the third one is the longest. And as you can see in these episodes, it's very slow life, slow edit style video, but that's on purpose. Most of all, to get that feeling you have when you are hiking slowly in the mountains and you're sitting in camp, talking to your friends, making coffee and food, and also when you're out in a boat on the lake to fish trout. Maybe it's not the most fun to watch right after you get back from the hike, but it gets more valuable in time as years pass by. So maybe in 5, 10, 15 years, when we're older, we can look back on the video and dream of the time we had there. And that makes for very good memories. So I hope you will do the same. Bring as much camera equipment you can or are willing to carry, and make your own hiking videos and share it with us. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.